What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are back here today with another deck profile, and it is for dinosaurs. So dinosaurs is something that I on and off have been playing for a very, very long time now, probably since it came out. I think I took this the first regional after it came out. But yeah, we decided to do an update. This is I don't know, that's pretty different, I guess, to my YCS list. It still is an Extrav Dino list, but we've just decided to update it for the current format, thrown in a couple of interesting techs, which of course can be changed according to your locals. But before we do get started, as always, please remember to drop down below and hit that subscribe button if you are new here, because we are always happy to have new people on the channel, and let's get on into the deck profile. Okay, so starting us off, we've got 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, so we'll space those out a bit nicer. So yeah, we've got 2 copies of UCT to start us off here. You don't need to play 3. 3 really is just a brick. You don't mind drawing it, but ideally you want to summon it off pill, or you can draw it if you get hand trapped, and it's great because everyone seems to do that in dinosaurs nowadays. But yeah, just flip everything face down, go brr. This card just wins through everything because it just, yeah, it screams brr at the top of its lungs and destroys everything. Then after that, we've got 3 copies of Oviraptor, your primary normal summon. This card is just a simple normal summon, search, or dump. Can set up just literally every combo that you need to set up. Do remember as well, you can use its effect to pop the opponent's dinosaur when you give them the token, so keep that in mind. Then we've got 3 copies of Miscellaneousaurus after that. This card will probably get put to 1 again one day, because dinosaurs just seem to be very, very good at the moment, and that means this card is in danger. It did just get leaked that it has a gold rare print, I think it was yesterday, so who knows? They might not ban it, but or they might not put it to 1, but they did definitely just ban cards that they put in the other duel set, in the July set, I think it was, so maybe not good news for Miscellaneousaurus. After that, we've got 3 copies of Baby Cerosaurus, just a simple, when you pop it, summon the level 4s. Popping it can just summon your Oviraptor, start whole combos and everything. Then we've got 1 Petit Pterodon after that. You can use this to summon Pank going first, which is great. Alternatively, you can just use it to summon the 4s like always, but they can't attack. That is something to keep in mind, that if you're going for the OTK, whatever you summon with this isn't going to attack, so yeah. Then after that, we've got the one-ofs. So 1 Giant Rex. This just recurs resources so much in the rank 4 game that it's not funny. Just UCT, summon UCT, summon this. Use pill, summon this. Miscellaneousaurus, summon this. It's really, really good. Then we've got Quartless. Searches pill when it's dumped. Something to keep in mind as well is it is a negate going first, but you do need to shuffle a lot back. So in the mid game, if you do see it, it is a negation, so keep that in mind. Then we've got the 1 copy of Animadorned Archosaur. The reason why I only ever play this at 1 is because I don't like normal summoning this card. For some reason, I just really, really don't like normal summoning Animadorned Archosaur. If you do hard draw it though, you do get locked out of summoning it with Misk, which is why we play the 1 copy of Jurek Aeolo. If you do want to play a Synchro Heavy extra deck, this card is great. If you also are playing the True King version of this deck that plays the Lithosazim and stuff, this is probably ideal in that, because then it lets you summon the VFD a hell of a lot easier. But yeah, we are just playing the 1 Jurek Aeolo in this list, and then the final one is 1 copy of Dino Wrestler Prankatops, because it is a pop, and it outs so much, and it's free in this deck. Then for the first of the hand traps, we are main decking 3 copies of Token Collector. When you give your opponent the token, you can special it, and then trigger the token, so that's always good. It also is just a floodgate, and at my locals, a lot of people are playing Dragon Link or Infernoble, just general Linkross / Aurorodon spam decks, which this is amazing against. It's essentially just a floodgate you can drop onto board if you open it going first. Then we've got 3 copies of Nibiru after that. Again, can generate a token to the opponent's field, which is always solid in this list. You can then summon your Token Collector and go to town. But yeah, 3 copies of Nibiru, round out that one. It's good for reasons. 3 copies of Ash. Again, like always, it's probably the best hand trap. You do want to try and generate hand traps in Grave going second, so that you can use the double evolution pill a hell of a lot easier, which is why you got to keep Ash Blossom probably in the main deck. Then we've got 3 copies of Lost World after that. I'm not playing Terraforming to search this, because I really don't like seeing 2 copies of Lost World. In my YCS list, I did play the extra copy of Terraforming, but I did also play 42 cards, and I felt like mathematically it was better if you're playing more than 40 cards to play the Terraforming. but since we're playing a hard 40, it's just the 3 copies of Lost World in this list. Then we've got 3 copies of Fossil Dig, can search everything, it is not hard once per turn, card is broken. 2 copies of Pill, it's always good to place it 2 because it's like great recursion for later. You can also use the Pill to summon the Overtext Quatless, so keep that in mind, it's always solid. Then we've got 3 copies of Extrav, because this is an Extrav build of course. You don't really care about your extra deck, you're playing multiples of the stuff that's good, so you can burn Extravagance. And then rounding out the main deck, 3 copies of Imperm. You can consider switching this for Effect Veiler instead, simply because having the non-dinosaurs in grave is really, really good. But we are playing 3 copies of Imperm for the time being. Okay, so next off we've got the extra deck, and of course you are playing 2 copies of the Evolzar Lagia. Oops, sorry, move that across a little bit there. But yeah, 2 copies of the Evolzar Lagia. You have to play 2, if not 3 of this card. Same with the Dolka as well, because you can't really afford to extrav these cards away. They are like your primary negations in the deck that you're going to be setting up going first, so you do want to definitely have these guys accessible. Then for other rank 4s, we've got 1 Tornado Dragon and 1 Abyss Dweller. They come up in matchups, which are the reason why you're playing them, but you don't have the space to play them at 2, so if you do banish them, you are going to kind of be out that resource, which is just something to keep in mind. You can trim down on the link package if you want to in this list and play more of these cards. Also, you can definitely cut this next card, the High Speed Roid Chambara. But yeah, if you do want to do that, that is an option. But then we do have the High Speed Roid Chambara. It does push for OTKs, which is the reason why we're playing it. You can now that it's MR5, just like drop this anywhere, and it doesn't really matter anymore. When it was MR4, you couldn't really play this in this list anymore, but now you've got this accessible. Then next off, we've got the links. 1 copy of Pentastag, card is essential in this deck. Summoning the UCT under this is normally just game, so the reason why you're playing it. Then we've got 2 copies of Secure Gardener and 2 copies of Almirage. The reason why you're playing 2-2 of this is because it allows you to get a non-dinosaur monster into grave if you like can only summon the babies and you have Pill. It just gets them into the graveyard, then you can Pill, and then go to town. Then finishing us off, we've got the last of our link package, and that is a Phoenix, a Unicorn, and an access code. You do play quite a diverse range of like attributes for your links, so the access code is always live, and you have the Unicorn to go into it, which gives it that big attack buff. But that will wrap us up here for the deck profile for this one. So if you do have any changes, as always, that you would normally recommend, comment them down below like always. And yeah, as always, I've been Ben from NolanTCG, and have a good afternoon, everybody.